Hello and welcome for this new tutorial. Today, as requested by one of you guys, we will see how to create something in Blender. First, I will show you some of the features that I use in Blender, like the mirror, like the subdivision surface, all the stuff like that. I will show you how it works. Then I will show you a time lapse of the creation of the fox character that I created for the last video and for the game jam. Then if you want to know how to add the rig and how to retarget the animation, everything is on the channel already. The video is already there. I will link them in the description if you want to have the full character rigged. I don't use the rigging in Blender, I prefer to use it in Unreal. The principle is the same, you will add some bones. If you want to do it in Blender, we'll add some bones, do the weight painting, and it will be the exact same as we did in Unreal Engine. And so we'll jump in Blender and we'll start creating a model. Here we are in Blender. As you can see, I'm using Blender 4.0. It's the newest version of Blender. When you actually start the software, you will see that there is some stuff already in the scene. So we'll just remove them and we will start creating a mesh. For the fox, you will see that I'm using a reference image. So to add an image, you can use Maj and A to actually open the add menu. And if you go in image, you can add a reference image. This one, then we just need to place it. I'll put 0 on every rotation. Then I will rotate by using R. I will use X to choose the axis. I will do 90. And now rotate. So by doing R, X 90, I will rotate on the X axis of 90 degrees. Then I can move it. I will want to pull it a little bit back, so I will do G for moving. I will use the Y axis and then I can move it with the mouse. So for example, put it there. If I press 1 on my keyboard, I will be able to go in the orthographic view. 1 is the front view, 3 is the right view, and 7 is the top view. So we stay in the front view. I will want to have is fit as 0 on the Z axis. So we'll move by clicking on it, pressing G. Then we want to move it on the Z axis and we'll put it a little bit up to have the fit on the 0. The 0 is represented by this little cursor. Here is the 0, 0, 0. Okay, here we are. We have our fox character. We have the image of our fox. It will be our reference. Now we will add some geometry. So to add something, we will click on Maj and A. Then we can go, for example, in the mesh section. You can see that there is a lot of different stuff, but we will go into the mesh and we will add a cube. This cube will be the torso, so we'll just put it a little bit up. I will do G to move it. I will choose the Z axis and I will move it up on his chest. So we have 3 different stuff we can do in Blender. We can move something, we can rotate something, and we can scale something. For example, with this cube, if I press G, I will move it. If I right click, it goes back where it was. If I press R, it will rotate. Then I can choose the axis, X, Y, or Z. I right click to cancel that. And we can scale by using the S on the keyboard. I can scale down and up. I can scale on one axis, on the Z axis, on the Y axis, or on the X axis. I will press right click to cancel. I press 1 to go in the front view and I will start. We can see in here in the viewport, we can actually change the viewport shading. If I do this one, it will be in wireframe so I can see what's going on behind. This one will be the default view of the mesh. This one will be with the materials. So if I add a material, for example, I go in here to add the material. I add a new material, then I can change the color. You can see that I can see the color of my mesh. And if I go back to the default viewport shading, we don't have the color. So if you add a material to create a texture and you don't see the result, you have to go into the proper shading, which is the third one. The last one will be with the renderer. We are not gonna do that today. We don't need to do the render. Most of the time it's when you do a 3D scene in Blender and you just stay in Blender. For us, as we will send the character to Unreal, we don't need to mess with the renderer. We just need to create the model. So I will go into the wireframe shading and I will scale down to kind of fit his body. Then we can go into edit mode. We were at the object mode, so we can move the object. And now we'll go into the edit mode to edit the actual vertices. Each point on my cube is called a vertices. One line between two vertices is an edge. And when 4 edges are connected together, it's a face. You can see in here I can change the select mode. I have the select mode vertices, edge, where I can select the edge, and the select mode face, where I can select the face. We'll go back into vertices. Something we will do is that we will want to mirror, because our character is symmetrical, so we want to use the mirror to simplify the work. First, to do a mirror, we need to cut our cube in the middle. To do that, I will use Ctrl and R. I will press this, and then I just need to left click. You can see that I can move it with my mouse, but I don't want. I want it to be on the middle, so I will right click to leave it where it was. Now if I go into the front view and I go into wireframe, I can actually select the left vertices, and by pressing Supr, I can delete them. I will delete the vertices. And if I go back there, we can see that I have just half of my cube. Now we can use the mirror function. You can see that there is here on the left a little tool icon, which is modifier. We'll go in there and we will add a modifier. It will be into the generate folder, and it is the mirror function. We will select it, and now we can see that we mirror our cube by the x-axis. And if I select these vertices, you can see that if I move it like that, we actually create a hole. So we don't want to do that. So I will Ctrl Z to put it back where it was, and we will just select this checkbox, which is the clipping. Now something we can do, it's actually add some vertices to the mesh. To do that, we can either extrude, or we can create a loop cut. By using Ctrl R, we create a loop cut. So we'll make a cut around the mesh. So we can actually add one in the middle here. Here we'll add one in the middle there as well. So we're adding some vertices. And if I go in the front view now, we can actually work with that. I will go into wireframe and I will select this. I will do G to move them, Z to go to the Z axis, and I will actually put it somewhere there. This one I will put it somewhere there. This one somewhere here. And we will start creating something that looks like a torso. You will see that we need a little bit more vertices, but it's okay, we will create them after. Now that we have something that looks like a torso, we could actually add some more vertices by doing the loop cut. Or we will just, for us it will be easier to use the Subdivision Surface modifier. So we will do Generate, and we'll choose Subdivision Surface. As you can see now, our cube is getting a little bit rounder, because we created more vertices between all of our face. We created more face between our face. You can see that there was one face, and now it's 1, 2, and 3, 4 face. So we have more geometry to work with. Now if I move, for example, these vertices, we can see that the more round mesh behind move will create a loop cut in the middle of the body. Because we can see that our character is a little bit thin on his breast. So we'll go and maybe put this one a little bit down. And if I move this like that, this like that, I try to keep the geometry as clean as possible. Okay. And it's looking already really good. I will make his torso a little bit smaller because it's not that big. And if I go back into our mesh view, I will go into the object mode. We can see that we have something that looks like a torso. It's not the most detailed torso in the world, but it's how I made my very simple character. I'm not a 3D artist. I just try to make my mesh as simple as I can for my game. So this is actually how I made it. And For example, we will go and create the arm together, and then I will put the time lapse so you will see what is the process, the entire process that I use to create my character. To create an arm, I will create an edge loop somewhere there because I actually need to create my arm from here. And for example, I will go into the select face. I will select these two faces, which will be my elbow. Now I can actually press E to extrude. So I can now extrude the stuff. I will right click because I don't want to extrude straight away, and I will scale it down. So I will press S to scale it down, and we'll do something like that, for example. And now we will extrude again. So I'll press E and extrude. Maybe until here. Now I can extrude again. Okay. And for example, he has a very, very long arm. We're going to the wireframe and I will put this a bit back here. Okay, like that. And we have already something that looks like an arm. Then you can add some more geometry, try to move it around. You will see that sometimes I go into the sculpt mode. You will see that in the time lapse, and mostly I use the grab brush. I can scale it by using F, and I will grab the stuff. For example, if I want to move a little bit the shoulder, I can actually grab the geometry and move it around. If I want to create some shape in here, I can actually grab. I can put this little bit down. So you see, I made a rough shape by using the edit mode, and then in the sculpt mode, I will try to move the stuff around and try to get something that looks a little bit more natural. For example, there I can pull it down, try to get his back a little bit more like that, this little bit backward, to actually get the shape of the torso. We will stop from here. You saw some of the core concept that I used to create my character, and I will leave you with the time lapse.
smile upon my face, 'cause there's excitement in the chase, this I know. Yeah, I'm going for the ride and find myself, I am alive, and I soar. Still I run towards the wind and let the challenge draw me in, 'cause I want more. Oh, we are all looking for adventure. 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 Oh, wake up heart and wake up mind, and see the world is yours to find. And oh, with every passing day there's more, calling you out to explore. Get up and go. There is joy found in the race, and I feel it in the place where I'm free. And I simply can't deny it, that I feel adventure calling out to me. Yeah, we are all looking for adventure. 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 We are all looking for And I'm living free, living free, living free, and I was meant to be. Living free, living free, living free, and I was meant to be. I'm living free, living free, living free, and I was meant to be free, meant to be free.
That's it for today. I hope you learn how to use Blender. I hope you understand some of the tricks that I use to create the character. If you have any question, feel free to ask in the comment section. I will reply to you. I will try to help you. And if you like this video, please leave a like, and you can subscribe to not miss the next one. If there is any stuff that you want to see, either in Unreal or Blender, please ask in the comment section and I will try to make a video about it. And if you're trying to learn Blender, try to check more videos from other people. There is a lot of people in YouTube who make videos about how to create stuff in Blender, because it will take you a long time. It's a long journey to make 3D art. I'm not very good at 3D art. I can make some stuff. When I create a bunny, it looks like a bunny. When I create a fox, it looks like a fox. It's a very, very simple character for a little game, for a game jam. It looks okay. It took me maybe 2 or 3 hours. So that's it for today. I hope you liked this video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.